Right now. Yo, we lit. We live.
We are live.
Good morning.
Hey, everyone. What's up, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
My name is James Joseph Merchant II.
That is James Joseph Merchant II, and I am Zachary Joseph Walker, number one. Just me. And this is Let Them Cook,
A superhero podcast.
a superhero podcast
How you feeling today?
where we talk superheroes. I'm feeling good. I'm chilling. How are you, James?
I'm good.
Let's give a round of applause for Steve Squared. Okay, everybody actually did. Yeah, it was a good show. And now,
It's our
Joseph
show.
Squared. Yes.
Facts.
So, welcome to Superheroes. Last week, we ended the show. And then immediately after, something crazy happens.
Yes, it did, actually.
And
something very sticky, if you will.
You could have chosen something very wall crawly, if you will. I say that's better. That's better.
I don't know. This one, that was clickbait. I'm going to have to... that was clickbait.
Well, we got to start clipping these in order to clickbait them.
Well, we will.
Clickbait. Yeah. Wall crawly. Mr. Spider-Man. Yeah. So we were still here. And all of a sudden we're going on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. No, not Facebook. Who goes on Facebook? Instagram and Twitter. Okay. Sure. Old people.
Old people look
No,
for Facebook for information, too.
Every time I'm on Facebook, actually, all I see is AI now.
You go on Facebook?
Well, yes, actually. It's for business purposes. I have career, and then I have a social. You know what I mean?
So you have 2 Facebook accounts?
Actually, yeah, I do have 2 Facebook accounts. I do. And I have many Instagram accounts. But the world only knows of one.
I know 2 of yours. 3 of yours.
3 of mine. Oh, Let Them Cook. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of my many Instagrams. Yeah.
So how you feel about this?
Yeah, let's get back to Spider-Man.
I said how you feel about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, so Spider-Man, all of a sudden, we were still here. We were actually out there. And they announced Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4, titled Spider-Man Brand New Day, slated for 2026, a 2026 release. And then they announced Spider-Verse 3, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, slated for 2027. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting seeing that. And I didn't realize CinemaCon was that day, so it makes sense that it was announced that day. But I didn't realize.
Dochi, if you hear me, please be on the new Spider-Man, Spider-Verse album, or Doja Cat, if you hear
really
me.
Wants Dochi and Doja Cat. I say
So bad, please.
I say
please
go all in on the New York artist. Take everyone from New York that was on the first 2 soundtracks, and then take anyone else that wasn't on the first 2. Just go all in on the New York and put that into Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Dochi, if you really want to be an industry plant, as they say, please do this. Spider-Verse, please get Dochi. What? Everyone keeps calling her an industry plant. I don't see that, but
Okay, yeah, I didn't want you to provoke that because like, what does the world come to when we got industry plants? I don't think she's an industry plant.
I don't think she's an industry plant. You have people like Ice Spice that's our industry plants.
But she did get clocked.
She
totally was stealing those flows.
We're not even going to entertain that. I know exactly what she's talking about. We're not entertaining that. I still like Doshi's music. Although I clocked it before with the other artists. So. And you said, yeah, but her flow's better. And I was like, but that's her flow.
I mean.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's like Green Arrow better than Hawkeye. Well, all other way around, I guess you could say, because Green Arrow came out first. Just like saying Hawkeye, he did it better than Green Arrow. No, he didn't.
That, I have to agree with you.
Where?
I agree. He's not wrong.
I guess you could say I kind of cooked.
Let him cook!
Anyway, but what were you saying?
So Spider-Man, yeah, so that was pretty interesting. seeing them announce 2 more Spider-Man movies, which I mean we knew Beyond was coming, but just getting the actual release date finally, and then finally getting the title for the Tom Holland movie, Brand New Day. Do you remember what I said when I first heard that title?
It's one of the first titles that don't have home.
Do you remember what else I said?
Oh no,
I remember. One of the first things I said was, "That is a stupid title," and then if you remember, Josh was there. We need Josh in this show at some point. Remember he found that really funny, but yeah, I'm gonna take that back. Brand New Day, that's probably a perfect title, and especially like the comic story it's adapting from, it makes sense being the way that No Way Home ended. It makes sense to do a Brand New Day next.
I just want to say, I'm excited.
That's all you want to say?
No, I just want to say I'm excited to see my girl Zendaya come back. But no disrespect, I really do want a different Mary Jane. Like I want a Mary Jane. Like,
so 2 things. So there's a good chance because of the way No Way Home ended, she might not even be in the movie all that much. But then 2, Sadie Sink, I think, is attached to the movie. And there are rumors that she's playing MJ. So we have to make this make sense. What's happening here? Like MJ as in Mary Jane, not Michelle Jones.
right,
Mary Jane Watson.
right.
He's about to have 2 MJs.
Let me just say this, because Spider-Man, you are my third favorite Marvel superhero. You are a hoe. I seen your roster. I think I can relate to you as a Spider-Man favorite character.
He wasn't a hoe.
Spider-Man's a hoe.
Only when he was in the black suit, he was a hoe.
Spider-Man's a hoe. Let's give it a buck.
Regular Peter Parker? What?
Spider-Man's a hoe.
He's always just chasing Mary Jane, and if it wasn't Mary Jane, it was Gwen Stacy, and that was only until.
And
she
if it
died.
wasn't Gwen Stacy, it was Black Cat. And if it wasn't,
in the black suit.
But if it wasn't Black Cat, it was Cindy Moon, aka my girl Silk. And if it wasn't my girl, aka Silk, aka Cindy Moon, it was my girl Shadow Cat, aka Kitty Pryde.
Is it really Peter Parker, or is it these girls trying to sleep with Peter Parker?
It doesn't matter. Why you don't have to accept that? You don't have to accept that.
I don't think Peter goes out and is like.
We can all agree.
Black Cat.
We can all agree that my boy Peter is a hoe, and I love him. I respect him, but Peter Parker is dead a hoe.
He's not a hoe.
Just like Cyclops from X-Men. Cyclops is a hoe.
Cyclops
is a hoe. He only has 2 bodies 3, and they're all telepath. So
okay, wait. How is Cyclops the hoe when Jean Grey is always on the verge of cheating on him with Wolverine?
Okay, wow.
Was Cyclops ever going to cheat on Jean Grey?
Okay, first off,
was he ever going to cheat on her?
I wish you watched X-Men 97, but whatever.
Was he going to cheat in that?
We'll talk about that when you watch X-Men 97. And then
I heard some stuff about Magneto in that show.
Please, was you that blonde YouTuber girl who thought she ate with that?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just clocking him in general because Jean has one guy, Wolverine, that you could say like she fooled around with versus Cyclops' other 2, which is all telepath, Emma Frost and Psylocke. It's like, alright, oh boy, like chill out. And then he had a little thing going on with Dazzler at one point. Jean only had one love interest, and that if it wasn't Cyclops, and that's Wolverine. This man has every telepath in the gang. He loves getting mind fucked.
Well, are they love interests, or is he just hooking up?
Yes. Some he married, some he had kids with. And not to mention Jean's clone, Mandela Pryor. So yeah, no, my boy Cyclops is also a hoe. He up there with Spider-Man.
He ain't no, him and Spider-Man ain't no hoe if they're trying to wife up these girls. Like, if they're trying to go around and sleep with them and then move on, that's hoe shit. Which I don't judge, but that's hoe shit. What? Everyone lives their life. He's walking out the room. He's out. Well, there's people that are like, I have to let certain people know, like, I don't judge your life.
Anyway.
You know? But that goes for Peter Parker and Cyclops too. Like, they're just trying to bag up some woman.
Batman is also a hoe.
Now that you're not wrong. I don't think he expects to ever have a wife. So I think he just sleeps around and does his thing. He sleeps around with a purpose. Like, he'll sleep with the woman to get information. Like, he's cold like that.
Well, Deadpool's son did that.
I wouldn't put it past us that the Deadpools are probably the biggest hoes.
How you say his name? Darkin or Darkin? Darkin? Or something like that.
Wasn't that Wolverine's son?
No. That's Deadpool's son. Wait, actually, no. That's Wolverine's son. You're right. My apologies. It's Wolverine's son.
I thought I was going crazy.
No, you're right. It is Wolverine's son. Wolverine's son is...
I was like, the nerd's about to check me.
Wolverine's son is a bisexual hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I knew that.
He sleeps with men for information. Sounds like an OnlyFans model.
An like a specific one?
No. Don't want to marry.
What?
No, I was just saying in general. I'm just saying he gave for pay, basically. But the way how you said it was like you got the drop on the scoop or some OnlyFans model, so I'm willing.
You made it sound like you had somebody in mind.
No.
Like he sounds like this OnlyFans model I know.
Stop.
Like, that's what it sounded like.
I know 6. Chill. Don't worry about me. Anyway, moving on.
No, but they're all over the place.
But shout out to
meet them, like,
shout out to Spider-Verse. You know, I'm happy. I just want Doja Cat and Doechii on the album.
He wants them on the album.
I do. I really, really do want them on the album.
For me, it's give or take. Or right?
You said you would rather Doja Cat over Doechii on the album.
For me, I would say like if they're on it, like okay. But if they're not on it, I don't care. So, like, I don't care either way.
I care.
Yeah. You care. Yeah. But, yeah, Spider-Verse, I'm psyched that that's finally coming out. I think I heard the reason for that one getting delayed. What was it? There's a certain angle they were taking with the story. But there was something like... They had to change something with the story, but the entire story like depended on it. So it was like this thing, like I think it was like a rights thing. Fuck, I can't remember. Damn, but yeah, it was like there was like a rights thing, and then they had to take it out. But it was such a big part of the story that they practically had to like rewrite most of it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I feel like as a writer though. Like, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. You know, because I get scared, too, sometimes. Like, if I want to, like, merge these superheroes in the show, the Wyatt Squad, I get scared, like, for certain rights. Like, oh, well, this is still not owned. This still has publishers. Like,
I think at this point, when it comes to Marvel, Disney has everything. And I think WB has everything DC. So
yeah.
We might be chilling at this point. And it's actually not far from now that I think by 1938... Superman should reach public domain. So eventually his characters are just going to exist. Like, they're just going to have existed so long that anybody can use them.
We're not. You sure? Because I feel like DC still could have the rights to that. Like, the Warner Bros. Is not going to play with that.
Yeah. Think about Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, or Steamboat Willie, I should say.
Well, I feel like Disney just gave up on that.
No, they reached public domain because, Steamboat Willie, because that was like, that's been around.
But I don't think they're gonna let anyone tarnish Superman's like character as a Warner Brother or DC comic. I'm sorry, Detective Comics. I don't think they're gonna just like let that slide.
They say DC Comics over there at WB. Well, you know what?
Why are you so like this? Like you hate the DC
I don't know,
comics
because they made a. I don't know, like they've been making horror, like. Fan people have been making horror movies of like these kids IPs. Like you never heard like that Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I heard it didn't do well.
I don't know, but I think there will be some sort of like middle grounds when it like I think people will be able to use some form of it, but like there will still be a distinction between like the official and then.
You want to know what's really cool? Changing the topic real quick. It just came to my head. So you know the doll Megan? It was like the first movie was like a serial killer. Yo, the writing on how they made her like a killer, like a serial killer, into a superhero is kind of crazy in the second movie. Like
You made
that
a second one?
Yeah, it's called Megan 2.0.
Oh, I never saw it.
And honestly, the way how the writers made a dog killing, like, creepy killer for the first movie into the second movie a superhero, kind of fire. Like, I kind of thought that was genius, right? Like think of the Joker, but then turn into a superhero, kind of a deal, right? Like, in some form of evil turn good. But for a horror movie, for its own being its own horror movie, and having a sequel, making her, because she's so beloved by the girls and the gays, low key. She's so beloved. I think the writers like, we could capitalize off of this and turn her into a superhero. And that's what Megan 2.0 is basically about. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm like, see, if they could do this from a horror movie standpoint into a superhero movie standpoint, that's crazy to me. I saw the trailer and I was like, whoa, they low-key made her a superhero, but she still have her evil tendencies. Like, she doesn't like the mom. And I think she was like, I forgot what she said. She was like, let's make a deal. You can kill the mom, but I want the daughter. Like, because she like was supposed to protect the daughter. And I thought that was so cool, but it was a joke. And she was like, Megan. Like, the mom said that to the doll. And then, like, they had a super cool fight scene with two different robots. Megan being a robot and then the other doll being a villain robot. And they was fighting each other. And I was like, yo, what the hell? This is not even a super villain. I mean, a psycho Chucky kind of movie anymore. This is a superhero. This is like on some MCU superhero shit. Me personally, I think that was genius. Like, that never would have came to my mind. Like, wow, they made like a horror movie into a superhero film. Where do we go from here? Like, a musical next? Like, I don't know, but I just thought it was cool that they did that.
Interesting. Yeah, I might have to check that out. The first movie was it was very unironically funny. It was one of those kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably have the same experience watching the second one. That's all I have to say on that.
You sound like you're not happy.
No. I like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm just trying to process, like what? The killer
is now a
horror movie? No, superhero? Like, it's,
yes.
Like, it doesn't sound good on paper. It's one of those things where I have to see it.
You have to see it. The trailer low-key convinced me to be like, oh, that is a genius concept. Like, I personally love that. You saw her flying in the air, going down, like, coming down with a superhero landing. Like, that shit to me was tough. Like, that shit was tough for me.
But hearing what you're saying, like, it sounds silly. Like, the way I'm picturing it just sounds silly.
I think it's supposed to be silly, though. That's what makes it. But it also looked really tough how they did it. I was like, oh, that's funny. Because knowing how, like, her backstory and lore, and watching the first movie and now seeing the second movie, we're going to a completely different route of her being a superhero. You're like, what? And then even the fans in the movie, they're like, we don't care if she killed 4 people. We love her. And I feel like the writer was like, you guys love this stupid ass doll so much in real life. We're going to bring it into the movie. And that's what they basically did. So I was like, that's some realism right there. Like, he knows what he's doing. I guess it's no different from how people saw Luigi as a hero killing that the health insurance guy, calling him a hero for killing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and girls going crazy. Like, he's so hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? This world is fucked. Can I say that on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What, fucking the world?
I said ED, not ING.
Something, what this reminded me of, which it's not really to do with superheroes, but I thought it was crazy.
Crazy?
I don't know if maybe you talked about it on your show today, but the Minecraft movie this weekend, that shit was nuts. Did you see what was happening?
I heard there was a sex scene in that with my girl Jennifer.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying the fan audience, the people who went to see the movie.
Uh-huh.
Like, first of all, no one expected this movie to be the biggest opening weekend for a video game box office ever. But people are loving the movie. Like people are
No,
loving
hold on.
it.
Hold on.
But wait, it's not because it's a good movie. It's because of everything it references from the Minecraft culture of fans.
No, but
so like the memes or like the jokes that the movie has, like they knew the culture. So the fans in the theater are going crazy. But then there's a whole nother level to this. Every time that one of those happens, like in the movie, like when they reference one of these jokes, the fans have been going so crazy. They're throwing like popcorn and sodas all over the theater. And then the theaters are like stopping the movies. And then cops are being called. And like now cops are like monitoring the movie theaters while they're playing the Minecraft movie. Like this shit went absolutely nuts this weekend.
Okay, so 2 things on that. First thing, I'm not a Minecraft person. I don't play Minecraft. I have friends who do. But everyone was shitting on this Minecraft movie, and now all of a sudden, not you. Now all of a sudden, y'all sucking this dick. That's how I feel. Like, and this is why I won't talk shit about the Superman movie until I see it, and then give my own honest opinion.
But I mean, the thing is, it's not even actually a good movie. Like,
Right, but people are loving it, going raving, and going crazy about it. You know what I'm saying?
Only Minecraft nerds, really.
But still, it was those people. It was those Minecraft nerds that was talking shit about it.
They let us down. They let us down.
Now I know what you're talking about because I saw it on Twitter. Of them throwing shit and like that shit is so corny to me. Like,
oh, it is
because y'all grown ass adults. Like y'all wasting money.
Well, they weren't. They were all. It was mostly teenagers, kids doing it.
Still wasting money. I wasn't doing shit like that over no hypeness. Like I'm sorry.
Agreed.
Like,
yeah.
Neither was I.
Yeah.
That just shows me y'all have no home training and y'all don't give a fuck about anything. And you could say, "Oh, why you got to be such a negative Nancy? Suck my dick." But I just feel like, who raised you? Who raised you? I'm a nerd. I'm a geek as the next person. I was geeked out when I was watching Ooh, I gotta stop putting these F words. I was geeked out when I was watching Deadpool versus Wolverine, and I saw my bitch Elektra, and I was like, ah! You saw me. Geeked. I was geeked, but I ain't jump out my seat. I had some maturity. My inner childhood was screaming, but throwing shit in a movie theater, popcorn, panties was being thrown. That's so like
yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. Like that is not something I find funny. Like this world is so like corny to me.
Yeah, I once when I was in middle school, I knew this kid that went out to the. He didn't do anything like that, but he was being so rude to this woman at a theater, and then he was telling the story at school, and I was just here like bro, like what makes you so cool? Like you just bother her while watching a movie. Like do you really think you're cool?
Right.
Like, and then another thing I want to say. The worst thing I ever did in a movie theater was seeing Harry Styles on screen during Dunkirk and then yelling, "Yeah!" just to piss off girls. That was the worst thing I ever done.
All right, that's minor.
No, I just thought that was worth sharing to the show.
And people always be like, "Well, they're just kids." Like, no. When I was a fucking kid, I was not doing dumb shit like that.
Just kids throwing popcorn and drinks at people, at other people's kids too, who are younger than them.
Like,
you know, like there's families coming there to see like a movie who don't know anything about Minecraft.
Right.
Just want to take their 5-year-old to a movie.
Right.
And all of a sudden, a popcorn full of butter
or
cold soda.
I would want to fight. I would be like, get up.
Bro, I saw a video of like this old man, like or not old man, but like a middle-aged man. He got hit with like a soda or something, and then he charges out of his seat and he starts chasing.
Good. And I hope he got his ass stomped. Because what's wrong with you? Have some decorum. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I saw that and I was like, it's never... Like, I'm all for y'all being hyped. Like, the MCU's back in the day when Avengers, when they used to show the trailer, they were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can tolerate that. I mean, you're doing too much, but I can tolerate that. But
fun days.
But right. But the whole throwing shit, I'm sorry. I would never go to the movies with you again. Never go to them. I would never. I couldn't. We couldn't be in the same circle. Cause that's some kid shit. That's your big grown age, teenager or not. I have never done that as a teenager. So throwing shit is not cool. And then think about the workers who work there. You think they want to clean that shit up?
Yeah, that's hell for the workers.
That's super fucked up for the workers.
Being that I work at a movie theater, not a multiplex, but I work at a movie theater.
Regardless.
And like, just like every time that like there's people who are just make a mess, right? And that's whatever. But then there's people who deliberately just choose
Yes.
not to throw it in the garbage, and they go on the floor. And I'm like, why did this nasty ass have to leave it there after being so nice to me out on the counter?
Right, because it's entitled. They don't care. I don't live here. I don't work here. I don't have to clean it up. I already paid my $10.50 or $22.21 to come see a movie, and I already paid for the food. You clean up my shit. It's very entitled, and that's what I hate that about people in the movie theater. I don't mind picking up my shit, grabbing my stuff, throwing it out. I don't mind that. It's not that hard. But when people deliberately choose to like just let me just waste, I don't know, drop it on the floor or whatever. I'll just leave that shit. Come on, let's go. I don't want to be around those kinds of people. So like seeing the Minecraft people go crazy, I was just so I saw that on Twitter. I was like, this is what the fuck? What the fuck, people? Like, are we aging backwards? Cause what the fuck? And I'm looking at grown ass men. And in that video I see, I could pull it up right now. Grown ass men, one man on another man's shoulders. Yeah, fucking gooner. Please.
Now that's sad. People that are over 18, that's sad.
No, but it's true though. It is though. It's not just teenagers.
When you do think about it, there are a large number. I could actually think of. There's people I know actually that I could see doing that. So, like, I'm starting, because I was thinking it was just teens, but now I'm picturing people that I know, and I'm like, yeah, I could see you going to the theater, thinking that it's funny for the memes, and then just being an imbecile.
Bro, they do anything for clout nowadays. I literally argue with you hoes on TikTok for clout. Just letting y'all know that. And I really don't care about your opinion.
Some people just love just to sit at home and just be on the internet and just gain, like, all this like meme shit, and then go out into the world and just be like a memer.
Right.
Like they'll walk up to people and like, I don't know, like won't explain but just act like an NPC. And it's like, all right, you're not being funny. You're isolating yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
I felt that. Yeah, no, I felt that.
Like you're secretly like you're not gonna realize it, but you're not gonna have any friends left. Like
right, that's what I'm saying. No, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like you're an embarrassment. I'm never gonna tell someone to not be who they are, but if that's not my cup of tea, don't be surprised. You be who you are, but don't be surprised that you and I don't flow. You feel me? So, but anyway, yeah, I was so disappointed in seeing that. I was looking at that and it was on Twitter and I popped up and I was like, what are we doing here? Like this is not, it's not that bonkers. It's not that crazy. Like, I guess you could say, well, to you, it's not that crazy because you don't play Minecraft. You right, I don't play Minecraft, but I still love superhero stuff. I didn't throw no popcorn in the air. I didn't throw no drinks in, like, I didn't do none of that. I sat in my goddamn chair. And I was trying to be respectful because other people want to listen to this movie and watch this movie. On the inside, I'm geeked. You saw how I was outside of Deadpool Wolverine. I was geeked. I said, oh my God, I saw my bitch Elektra. I saw my bitch X-23. I was geeked. But I waited. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see more. I got to see them. Doing all that extra shit, y'all wasn't that hyped for the movie. Y'all just wanted to be disrupted. Y'all wanted to be entitled, and y'all wanted to be disrespectful, and y'all wanted to be funny. And that shit was not funny. So don't be surprised when you get your ass stomped out by that old ass man that got soda poured on him. I'm team him. I hope. What's his bail? He went to jail. I'll cash out. I support that man.
I mean, even someone who did grow up playing Minecraft, like. Yeah, I didn't do that.
You want to give them your gamer tag just in case they want to play with you? The Minecraft fans.
Mr. Queisenberg. That's me. That's my gamer tag.
Okay.
That's my gamer tag.
You want to spell it for the people?
Okay, so MR dot.
I knew it.
Q U E S E N B E R G.
If you guys need to 2 times speed that video for that, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's my gamer tag. Add me on Steam. Add me on Minecraft.
I gotta add you on
Epic Games.
I gotta add you on Steam as well. I have Steam. I don't know why I didn't add you.
Man, I love Steam.
I felt that. I don't play a lot of games on Steam, but I put my Sims.
You know. That was a reference. If you know, you know.
Oh, it meant over my head.
I'm a Valve fan. Very big Valve fan. Half-Life 3 this year, please. Pretty please. That'd be very heroic of you, Valve, to drop Half-Life 3.
So heroic, like your Falcon Captain America fighting Red Hulk.
That movie was the exact opposite of heroic. And you know what I'm hearing?
Why did you shit on him like that? I'm screaming.
Go on. It was bad. But you know what I'm hearing? I like how we're back to superheroes now. But you know what I'm hearing? We still have yet to watch Daredevil Born Again. But
I'm just waiting for that day so we can watch it. Because I heard it's really good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There was an episode that dropped last week that people are not liking. And now people are starting to say that, like, given what they're seeing of the entire show and where everything is going, they're starting to say that it's suffering the same. It's not as bad as Falcon, like the Red Hulk, Captain America. It's not as bad as Captain America 4, but it's suffering the same problem. And I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah, but
not everyone's agreeing that it's good anymore.
I don't care about people's reviews though, because I want to see it for myself before I judge it. Because I be having my own opinion before I see somebody else's opinion.
I know, but here's the thing: like it's not like I'm just seeing people's reviews. It's just I know Marvel's pattern. It's like every time they release a show, the first episode always seems so good. It always seems like they got it like a good story, like it's structured well, like they know where they're going the next couple of episodes. And I'm locked in by the end of the first episode. Like, it ends off on a good cliffhanger. I'm ready for the series, right? Mm-hmm. Each episode that drops gets consecutively worse. Mm-hmm. The story gets like more like light. Mm-hmm. The cinematography always gets worse, and the length of the episodes always gets shorter. And it's like by the end of it, it's like it just turned into like a really like shitty series. Where it's like, I don't even care. I don't even want to finish this. I don't, like no one's watching it anymore. And, like, I just feel like I'm keeping up with people and their reactions each week. Like people loved it in the beginning. And it's getting more and more and more divided. Well, how do we know that the last episodes are going to come out and people are going to say this show is shit?
Well, okay, hear me out. That kind of was like Creature Commando, though, right? It started out really strong, right? And then you get all the way to the end, and then people had mixed reviews with the end.
That was only the last episode.
But what I'm saying is, it still got that verdict of, I was unfulfilled with the last episode, and you're like, well, damn, like, what about the whole entire of the series? It was good, and then you have a bad ending. And I don't think the ending was bad, me personally. I just was like, where do we go from here? But anyway.
That's not what I'm saying with Daredevil, though. I'm saying like, with every Marvel series, each episode is getting progressively worse. Like, it's not the series is good, and then the last each.
I can't say that for every, because I didn't feel that with I didn't feel that with WandaVision, and I didn't feel that with Jessica Jones.
No, Jessica Jones is not. I'm talking about Disney Plus.
Okay. Everything
that Marvel Studios made.
Okay, I heard.
That's WandaVision and on. And WandaVision, I would say, that's they have three. There's 3 top tier shows, but to be honest, at this point, it might be 2. The first one is Loki, which I think Loki's good all throughout. Okay. WandaVision is number 2, but I do think it does get weaker the more you go into WandaVision. But it is still really good. Yeah. It's just it starts out better than it ends.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the third one, people are saying that the number 1 show is actually Daredevil, should be topping Loki. But like I said, they're getting more and more divided. Like I know a fair bit of, like, I know what happens in the first few minutes of the show.
Not to change topic, but what happened to that Spider-Man cartoon you was watching that you didn't like, the animated series? Did they finish that?
Oh yeah, I think yeah that finished.
What's your full synopsis of how you feel about it?
To be honest, I never finished it. I still have 3 episodes left.
Okay.
But I don't like. It's like weird. I might have to watch it again. It's like
from the start.
Yeah, okay. It's like it's a very unique Peter Parker story. Those aren't the right words. It's a unique Spider-Man story as in that we've never seen a Spider-Man story like this before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was interesting or if it was just. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I'm not sure if I just didn't find it interesting, or if I just wasn't interested because of how different it was. Like maybe if I watch it a second time, I'll be like, oh, actually, like they were just taking me in a direction that I wasn't accepting. Because sometimes I'm like that. Like I might watch something.
That.
And
Sorry, I don't know why that was in my head.
Your best work is I'm watching something and I'm not accepting what it's trying to do with the character at first, but then I watch it a second time after seeing the full story, and then I realize what they were doing leading up to it, and then I'm like, actually, that was pretty good. So maybe I have to see it again once I finish it, but I just feel like I'm just not that interested. I don't know, like I don't really care about his friends, and I cared about one character up until I realized that he was just becoming Tombstone. They were setting up Tombstone. Once he became Tombstone, I was like, oh, that's Tombstone. Then he just felt like typical Tombstone after that, and then he wasn't interesting anymore. But everything up until he became Tombstone was actually really, really cool. But like that was only one aspect that I liked out of like there were a few aspects that I liked here and there, but I wasn't into the entire show. Yeah. And then I feel like they weren't pushing everything to its full potential. Because like I said, Tombstone, like that could have gone somewhere great. But once he became Tombstone, he was just a typical villain. Well, I don't know. Like if I rewatch it, will I still think he was a typical villain, or will I see more in the character? I don't know. Like, so I think I need to get back to that series and read it. But what was really cool though was Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn. He's actually pretty good. Okay. I think the series is underutilizing him. But I would like it if the MCU, like if they had live action Norman Osborn back. Yeah, they should get Coleman Domingo. I think that'd be nice. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's like this weird story where like he's trying to be Peter's mentor, but like you could tell he's probably connected to people like Wilson Fisk or others, and he's probably trying to manipulate Peter. For me, it's like I already know who Norman Osborn is, so it's like I know where the story's going. It's like you can kind of say this was already done with Mysterio and Far From Home. Yeah, just a little differently. So,
you know, it sucks. It sucks, right? Because you know these characters, right? And it sucks when people try to repeat something. Like you have to like re-erase your memory to be like, who is this, this person, but you already know who he is. So now you got to like watch it with like a dumb mindset of not knowing who this person is to enjoy the show.
That's the thing. Like Marvel and Disney, like I don't feel like they really know how to do like remakes and reboots or prequels. Yeah. It's like when you do stuff like that, like you need to keep in mind like the audience already knows the end road for this. So you gotta like the kicker is not going to be where it ends. The kicker needs to be the journey. You need to do it in a way that they don't expect it. So if you're going to make a Norman Osborn sort of like, oh, he was the bad guy, but we're pretending he's the good guy. It's like, okay, you got to do something that I'm not expecting. Because this is typical. I know where it's going. But there's got to be a curveball, Also,
so, I just want to say, Marvel has over 50... Okay, so Marvels have over 7,000 characters, possibly more than 50,000 at one-off, right? That alone tells me that you're afraid. I'm talking about Marvel, right? It tells me you're afraid to make risking choices, to bring up something like that's not Avengers, that's not X-Men, that's not Fantastic Four. And I'm not talking about MCU, I'm talking about Marvel itself. Like I feel like focus on these heroes, make them look cool, make them seem cool. There's so many villains that people don't know about. Do something with that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, I didn't know anything about Justice League when I was younger, right? Because technically Justice League was the first thing I watched as a kid before I really watched Marvel, right? Even though I've always seen Marvel, I only watched Justice League and Teen Titans. And it wasn't until I got Marvel Ultimate Alliance where I played the video game, and that's when I like Marvel. But my point with that is But when I got lucky with Marvel Ultimate Alliance, because it wasn't just an Avengers game, it was multiple characters: X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Deadpool. I'm glad I grew up knowing there's more than just the Avengers universe. There's multiple characters of sorts. What I'm trying to say is, it just proves to me that Marvel, you're very scared and you're very safe. Like, okay, sure. How you say it? Shang-Chi, right? Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I didn't know about him. And I never really read about him in the characters in the comic books. And I never seen him really like that. So it was cool for me to see him. I'm like, okay, this is dope. I'm not shitting on you. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. I like that you went to the approach because I don't know nothing about him. Or even though I'm not a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought that was still dope. Because in DC too, you're at fault. My problem with Marvel and DC is you have so many characters. Utilize them. Like, stop playing it safe. Like, the problem is with comics nowadays, you're money grabbers. You're like fan service. Well, people love Batman. Okay, you and I are both Batman fans, but what if I don't want to just see a Batman? What if you write a really cool plot about a Batman character that I didn't think about, Like Penguin. Shout out to that. Like, Penguin got his own show and it was really good. So why can't other secondary characters for Superman and Batman have their own show? Like, yes, we're getting the Starfire show. Yes, we're getting... Is Supergirl having a show? Right? Is it a Supergirl show? Or a movie?
I think it's a movie.
Is it an animated movie, I think?
No, live action.
It's live
Woman
action.
of Tomorrow.
Okay, word.
Lobo's in it.
Right. So my point is, start branching out. Like, I don't... Like, the fan... You gotta not give a fuck about these fans. Okay? Stop giving a fuck about the fans. Like, well, they're not gonna like it, so we need the money for... Stop giving a fuck about these fans. And I'm one of them. Because if I want to see something... Even if it's not exactly the character I love, like, I'm a Huntress fan, whatever. If you don't do it on Huntress, whatever. But there's someone else out there that probably love, I don't know, Starlight or Stargirl or whatever, or just any character in general. What if they got their own show, movie, or animated series? That's dope for whoever that other fan. Because you dedicated to the fans that's like general versus the minority. And we don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And that's whack. I'm tired of seeing anything Avengers. I'm tired of seeing anything X-Men. I'm tired. Like, there's 57,000 characters on Marvel alone, and you don't know what to do with that. You don't have any good writers. There's literally comic book people. You mean to tell me you don't be in contact with these comic book writers and be like, hey, I need you to scratch your brain so I can figure something out. Work with the writers. I mean, my lord, thank God for that man for X-Men 97. I don't care how people feel about him, but X-Men 97 was chef kiss. That shit was so good. It sucks now we get a second season and it's not going to be as good because now we got a new writer, but that's going to show me, like, that's your downfall, whatever. But my point is, it's just like, do something different. Stop being money grabbers. You're ruining comics. There's a reason why there's 57,000 Marvel superhero characters, because that means authors wrote them for a reason, and they are known. They exist in the world of Marvel. There's not just 32 characters of X-Men, Avengers, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry. There's not. There's more. There's 50,000 characters alone. Do something with that. Be creative. You're a comic book company for like, I don't understand what else did I need to say here? I don't get it. And then you wonder why your shit is shitty. Then you wonder why people nowadays, like the younger kids who grow up watching Marvel and DC, hell, half of these kids don't know shit about DC. It breaks my heart with a passion of knowing my love for these heroes, and we get the same redundant shit, and it's in correlation of what you were saying, like watching Norman Osborn in that new Spider-Man animated series, and you're like, I already know about this character, and that sucks, because it's like, damn, do something different, do something unique, do something different.
It's a whole rant there. That was legit 5 minutes.
My bad.
No, you're good.
It genuinely pisses me off.
I could tell. I was like,
sorry.
I was like, damn, like how? Like I was like, where's like his heated meter?
I'm
like,
sorry. You know I love superheroes, Zach. So it gets me mad when I feel like it's lazy. When shit get lazy for something you're passionate about, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't read anything because everything is the same shit. I was so happy when you got me that Huntress comic. I read it and I was like, this give me joy. Because it wasn't like Birds of Prey. It wasn't like it was, okay, of course, Batman got introduced once in the comic. But I enjoyed it still. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I enjoyed the read. Like, and yes, and I know somebody probably gonna be like, well, they are with those 50,000 superheroes making other comics. I get that. But bring it to the media, like, you gotta go and search and find that.
Your comments.
Oh, word.
Is this your friend that you called? I think the problem is it's a numbers game. Plus, if you have A-listers acting out the majority of the heroes or comics, it has to be at some extent. A good example is Invincible. The about they pay.
Or voice actors they could put towards animation. Okay, wait. Okay. I don't know who that person is, but okay, cool. So this is what I'll say to that, right? Okay, Invincible is a really good. You know how no one talked about Invincible all of 2010s or like early 2020s until Invincible started coming out like this around. So that's a good example. Invincible came in and swept y'all. Have fans like boom. You know, I never knew about Invincible, but I know Invincible's good enough to be like, yeah, that's a good ass show. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. Invincible. I didn't know shit about Invincible. I only knew about Marvel and DC. That's it. I didn't know shit about Invincible until it came out. And then I was like, oh, word. And then I was like, oh, it's a comic too? You know what I'm saying? There's other comics in the world that's not just Marvel and DC that people don't know about. But the media is only fixated on money grabs with Avengers and X-Men and Fantastic Four or Batman and Superman. And it's like, yes, we love them. But as you get older, goddamn, do something different. Do something different. And then like another thing, like he said with the voice actors or even just famous actors, like that's annoying too. Like no disrespect to Pedro Pascal. I'm not saying you're not good. I'm not saying you're probably not going to deliver this role as Mr. Reed, but when I first looked at you, I did not see you as a Mr. Fantastic. I didn't. I just thought it was just like, oh, here we go, a name grab. Or how you felt about RDJ. Did I say his name right? Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, RDJ. How you felt like RDJ was like a money grab for Doom. You know, and I can understand that because it's like, damn, I hate to say that because I was like, okay, this would be different because I kind of want to see him play a villain role, but I can understand why you feel like that's a money grab to get people in the seats because it's RDJ. And now you got what, Chris Evans, another money grab name to play Hell Hydra, whatever Captain America's evil code name is when he's in Hell Hydra. Huh?
What are you talking about?
When Captain America turns evil and he works for Red Skull. Right? Because aren't they trying to do that in the movie? Make Captain America evil?
Oh, that's just a rumor.
Oh, but if they do it, let's be real. But my point is they don't have to do that. Like, get other people. Like, you have to take risks, yo. That's what I'm saying. Like, just take risks. Like, stop with this same shit. I'm bored. I have been so bored lately. And someone, I don't know who said it, but someone said superheroes are dying.
They're not dying.
I
don't agree.
I don't think they're dying, but I think they're hurting the credibility of superheroes or what makes them cool and unique. I do agree with.
I don't think superheroes are dying. I think there's just this illusion when we're not getting good superhero content, but there's actually multiple good superhero content that proves people still want to see good superhero content. Spider-Verse, Invincible, Deadpool and Wolverine,
right? Even
the new Daredevil,
right? But what I'm saying is
Avengers.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't give it justice when you go out, you see the same shit and it feels redundant and repetitive. Is what I'm saying.
I know. Yeah, that's the stuff that presents the illusion like it's dead.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Not, like I'm just saying, like people do want to see good. Like it's in.
I
our
agree.
Hands,
I agree. We do, but it's not up to us. It's up for these shitty writers that give us the same redundant shit. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because correlation to what you said about Daredevil having that slow start, getting good to the here we go with the wonky writing at the end, or like you said with WandaVision, or like you said with or with Spider-Man, or like knowing about Osborn, like we've seen this already before. Is what I'm trying to say is like, give me something new, something funky, something fresh. I can honestly say X-Men 97 gave me something funky and something fresh. It not only did it give me something funky, something fresh, but something with a retwist. I'm like, we already knew that Rogue dated Magneto in the comics, but to see it in live animation, oh, dope. Like, and it's super messy, like super fucking messy, but it felt fresh. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But what I'm saying is, it's some things are always redundant, and it doesn't, like, you don't have to make it redundant. You can make it seem fresh. You know what I'm saying? Shit, at this point, give me Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver with there's incest love sibling. Like, give me that. Give me something unique. I don't like that shit, but give me something unique. Do we got any more comments?
No.
All right, well, maybe not that.
No, okay, not that. But I'm just being shady. Like,
I'm switching over topics since we got 10 minutes left. I just want to mention. Well, first I want to mention R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Thank you.
To the Mr. Oh. Not to this guy. He's still alive, right? Yeah. So, rest in peace to the late Val Kilmer. He died this week. He was a Batman, which is why I feel like we should mention him. Big loss in the DC community. Batman community. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah.
Mayor.
If you have any.
I was gonna say, I didn't know you, as a person, but I know you're out there and you're looking at the next voice actor and the next actor to play Batman and do you justice, and whoever that is, you're taking on some pretty big shoes, and whoever's listening, if you become that next Batman, do it for him. But he will also tell you do it for you. I got mad deep.
Yeah. You started off sounding like you were about to go in a joke direction, and then you just suddenly got deep. And I was like, what just happened? Yeah, what he said.
Do it for him.
Yeah, do it for him. Do it for Val Kilmer.
Think of him. Think of why he did it. And how, not just how well he did it, why he did it. And ask yourself, why are you doing it?
Why are you doing it?
Why are you running?
Either... All right, now we're back on the memes. Back on the memes. Why are you running? Chicken jockey. That's Minecraft one. So, you know, because we're talking about Minecraft.
Yeah, I got it. Just don't throw shit around, please.
Chicken jockey. Yeah. So, something else I want to talk about quickly before the show ends. Kingpin rights. So, going back to the Spider-Man movies, right? So the rumored villains for Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. Not the villains I wanted, but it's still okay. It's probably going to be a good movie. Mr. Negative and Chameleon. At least that's what I've heard.
Oh,
so far.
I think I saw like a fan made cast of Mr. Negative.
Yeah, people have been putting fan casts.
Yeah.
And something also came out, which is not good for the Daredevil and Spider-Man fans. Kingpin, you know, like Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
He apparently the reason why he's been in like the Daredevil TV show like this whole time, like even from back then, and pretty much just only in TV shows and not in any movies, is because apparently there's like a whole thing about like Kingpin's rights. He can only show up in TV shows, not in movies. So they legally cannot put Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
That's very concerning.
That's very weird.
That is very weird.
I have never heard that.
And concerning.
I have never heard that before. Like, so you can only be in a TV series, but you can't be in a movie?
And they put Daredevil in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Right.
How can he be in a movie but not Kingpin?
I gotta look that up. Like, I know you, I believe you, I trust you, but I gotta look up the reasoning on why he can't.
I don't think that's out there. I don't think they said why.
But that's so weird.
it's you have to wonder, like, because there was that whole chunk of time, like in the 90s and early 2000s, where like Marvel sold off all like a bunch of superhero rights,
Right.
and Daredevil and Kingpin were once owned by Fox, which is where the old movie came from.
Right.
So like I wonder if it had something to do with like the contracts then, like when their rights reverted back to Marvel, or maybe something about like maybe earlier, like what if it like sometime after that movie, like something happened in the contracts, and then that show came out, like what was happening?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that. Yeah. I never heard of something like that before. Like,
that's one of the most fascinating aspects to me about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is what happens behind the scenes. I love learning about like what was happening, like how Kevin Feige was on those X-Men movies and the Spider-Man and pretty much every early 2000 Marvel movie.
yeah.
And he tried to connect them all. And then how he connected the MCU. So it's, you know, I hope more information comes out about that, and we learn more about what exactly happened behind the scenes back then.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it honest, like, cause like, who is his villain? Who is his superhero? Is it Spider-Man or is it Daredevil? I always thought it was Daredevil, cause of Hell Kitchen and all of that. But like, also in the Spider-Man game, I was like, oh, is it Spider-Man villain? Like, I never knew who villain he was. Like, I mean,
I always
his
did
rival.
consider Kingpin to be more of a Spider-Man villain.
Really, I always
But-
thought it was Daredevil.
Well, that's because that's what live action's always done. Like the old movie, like the TV show, like they never put Kingpin in as Spider-Man. But I always felt like I don't know, just what I learned from like Kingpin, like regarding the comics, like it always seemed like there was so much more regarding Spider-Man.
Really, I get opposite from the comics. I always get Kingpin and Daredevil comics with Elektra and Bullseye. For some reason, it always associated with Daredevil in the comics. I want you guys to let me know, like, who do you think is more associated as his main villain? Like, is it...
See, Kingpin first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 50 in July 1967.
Really?
See what I mean? Like
That's so
sometimes
weird. I always thought he was more of a Daredevil villain because he was always more around Daredevil, I felt like. I mean, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man got mad other villains, and I feel like Daredevil like rarely has any, so I feel like they shifted over to Daredevil, but like, wow.
You know, it's Kingpin is an interesting character because he works as a villain for many characters, because you know how the Punisher, like his thing is going and finding mafias and killing the mafia,
Right.
so like Kingpin's obviously on his radar too, so it's like that's three big superheroes that like directly can go after Kingpin.
Right.
He's a major villain of both Daredevil and Spider-Man comics. He's arguably more iconic as a Daredevil antagonist.
Okay,
But
that's why
is
I'm
that
always...
just because of the show?
No, but
Like, would they have said that 10 years ago?
Yes, because I always seen him with the Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye storyline. That was a huge, major storyline of Elektra dying and coming back, and Bullseye killing
That was a
Elektra,
huge
and Kingpin hired both of them on Elektra, betrayed Kingpin to be with Daredevil, and Bullseye killed Elektra, and that was under Fritz's control.
Sorry, the first thing I read here under Wilson Fisk for the comics, I heard everything you said, but the first thing I read, Fisk is a vegan.
Boy, I know you lying. I know you lying. And what he eat? Sun chips? What he eating?
Yeah, he definitely on the chicken and the steak.
I know you lying. Not a vegan.
Ultimatum considered Kingpin his best friend? That's interesting. I never knew that. Although Kingpin began as an enemy of Spider-Man, he became associated more with Daredevil.
Okay, so I felt like he's always around more Daredevil to me. I felt like
So the movies, you got to do the opposite. Since he's more of a villain to Daredevil, you got to make him more into a Spider-Man villain. And I was telling James this the other day. When you get around to Tom Holland Spider-Man 6, that needs to be a Sinister Six movie. Now let me tell you the team, okay? This is the team. Vulture, Morbius, yeah, it's Morbin time. Scorpion, Kraven, okay? There's 2 more. I forgot.
Right.
Mysterio.
Okay.
Mysterio. They can find a smart way to bring Mysterio back. Number 6, Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin.
Over my boy. I don't like him. He's not like a major villain, but like the Rhino one.
No, not Rhino. I don't want
Damn,
Rhino.
but Rhino and Scorpion are
So-
best friends. So I hate seeing them not together.
All right, so if Sony's not confident in Morbius, then replace him with Rhino, which I would say Rhino makes more sense. But Morbius is like they made the movie, so you might as well bring him back.
Yeah, no, I thought
and he
that.
was with Vulture. The whole point of this team is to bring back the Spider-Man villains that were set up in all the Tom Holland movies.
No, I thought that. No,
So it's
I
like-
respect that. I respect that.
And Hobgoblin is Ned Leeds. Use this trilogy. Build him up as the main villain, and he could be Hobgoblin at the end. And get this right: the team can get their technology from Norman Osborn, who's not Green Goblin yet. And get this: they can be funded by Wilson Fisk. Just
Cooked.
get the rights to put him in the movie,
Cooked.
or just do a Spider-Man Daredevil TV show.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Would be cute.
He does not talk like that. He just ate me up. He just. All right. Is that all our time? Is that it, Mr. Walker?
It's 901.
901.
All right, guys. My name is James Joseph Burnches II. This is Zach.
I'm Zachary Joseph Walker, number 1.
And we are at Joseph Square. And this is Let Them Cook, a superhero podcast. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Adios, y'all.